Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm Dear Darling. I shall see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we'll be relaxing mostly as per usual. I don't really have anything else to talk about over that I did over the weekend, so that's kind of like all of it, to be honest. But I mean, we're doing pretty good, seeing as the fact that like we're halfway through the week anyway. What am I going to talk about today? Oh, you know what I'm going to talk about today? I'm going to talk about getting some new shoes. Because if you don't know, I'm going on holiday in the future. Good evening, everyone. Now in Fawnhallow, it's 11:53 p.m. on Wednesday, August 14th, 2024. Yeah, I'm going on holiday. Starting next Friday. I'm taking so I need to make sure that I have like a backlog built up, which is basically what this weekend and the next week will be about. This week is about trying to finish the next thumbnail art for the next series, which should have been going up tomorrow, but I've not finished a thumbnail art for it, so it can't go up tomorrow. I will try and finish it today or tomorrow, and it'll go up on Friday instead. So Talos Principle coming a day early. But yeah, what's the next series? It's a series that I've been excited to play, actually. It feels a lot more low-key, I think, Paradise Killer will be, but we'll see. Yeah, but what I'm going to talk about is the fact that because I'm going on a holiday, we're going to a place where we might be doing a lot of walking. And I spoke about this before when we went. I went to Wales as a holiday with a few of my friends. We climbed Mount Snowdon, which is something I had done before when I was much younger. When I was like 14 maybe or something, and I remember it being like difficult, but not like mind-numbingly difficult or anything. So when we suggested to do it again, I was like, yeah, sure, okay, I'll do it again, why not? We went up a different path, a harder path, to be honest, and I'm probably, I guess, less fit than I was back then. But the real difficulty, the problem I had on it was my shoes. Because we did the walk, and on the way up I feel like I was getting pretty tired, like towards the top, but it was mostly like sort of fatigue. And then like on the way down, just like my feet were absolutely dying because the shoes I had were not great. There were some very like cheap shoes which were not meant to be made to walk up a mountain in, because I didn't have like shoes which walking boots or anything like that. I had walking boots when I was much younger, but then I ended up giving them to my father because I never used them, so I don't have them. And then I used to have trainers, but like then the trainers got too old and got thrown away, and then I was just like trying to find them again, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't have them anymore. Instead I've just got like these like casual sneakers, which are just sort of meant to be worn for like casually about the place, like, you know, maybe like walking around a city, not walking up a mountain. So my feet were killing me. I was like definitely slowing my friends down, to be perfectly honest, because I was like, I can't walk, this is ridiculous. This time on this holiday we might be doing a similar thing. We might be doing like big long walks, and I was just like, I need to get myself, if we're doing this, I need to get myself some shoes to properly walk in. So I spent a lot of money to get some New Balance shoes, essentially, which is a brand which does like some good trainers and athletic stuff, because I was like to myself, I don't have any trainers, like proper workout trainers, so I should get some definitely, and then I should also get something which would be walking shoes which will last me a while. Not full-on walking boots like hiking boots, because I don't go on hikes, but something which is like a general purpose sort of outdoor shoe. And apparently there's shoes called trail like running shoes or trail walking shoes, which I was like, okay, this seems like a decent fit because they seem generalist outdoorsy sort of shoes. I don't think they're necessarily as good as hiking boots, mind you, but I also don't think I hike enough to justify getting hiking boots, but I think outdoorsy shoes, like I don't know how big a difference is running outside compared to walking outside, but they should theoretically, I hope, be good enough for a walk. We'll see, I suppose. Maybe I might be sorely mistaken, but I spent a decent amount of money on them, and it's always a bit of a spooky thing, I think, buying shoes, at least for me myself, because I have very weirdly shaped feet. Essentially, I have like quite wide feet, but like not super narrow. Like my feet length is maybe on the the bigger side, but the width is like ridiculous. Like when I was younger, the UK like width system, you would use like A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I think, for the width, and I always had to wear a size width H feet because my feet were just so wide. But apparently like the New Balance one, they have like lines of shoes which are like wider, so it's like, okay, we'll give them a shot. So I bought two. I bought one which was like a sort of generalist trainer, a generalist sneaker, and the other which would be like these trail walking shoes. And they came, and they were pretty good, I would say. Like I put them on. I think I'm not sure, they're not like perfect. I don't know if they're perfect necessarily, but I don't think it ever is going to be perfect. But I put them on and I walked around, and at first I was like, oh no, it's like too tight. But then I was like, oh, I put the shoelaces are definitely too tight. Hold on, let's like loosen them a bit. And then I put them on, and then I was like, wow, these are like really nice and soft. I definitely need to at least wear them for a while to sort of, I think, get comfortable with them, or ensure I'm comfortable with them. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. Is, you know, just like put them on and walk around them, make sure they're comfortable. But yeah, it's nice to have some actual proper shoes, because I was walking around a little bit with them and I was like, is this what like proper walking shoes and trainers? Sorry, I'm like talking directly into my microphone, you're probably hearing all my plosives. I was just sort of like, is this what proper shoes are meant to be like? Because I haven't bought proper trainers for myself for ages. Like even when I was younger, the trainers I had were like £30 trainers from like Sports Direct or something, which is not necessarily bad, but could be better. I never actually sort of like shelled out a lot of money for like proper like not walking shoes, but proper good trainers. And it's amazing the sort of difference it makes. Because I saw people were just like, oh, you know, they compare it to like walking on a cloud or something, and I was just like, damn, they are straight up right. It is so amazingly soft just walking in these shoes. Like I feel like my feet are actually supported rather than like I'm walking on floorboards or something. I don't know how else to describe it. Again, I might be speaking a bit prematurely, because maybe these shoes are not actually as good as they seem to be. I might just be over exaggerating, etc, etc. Who knows? But I think it's certainly a good investment. It should be a good investment for a while. I hope so, at least. Because it did strike me as strange that like I knew I had to get trainers at some point, because I was like, I don't have trainers. Like, what am I going to do? Like, not wear trainers? And obviously that can't really fly. I kind of have to have trainers if I ever want to do something remotely sporty. But you know, it just silly old me just like never really getting these trainers for absolutely ages. Like, it took me so long to actually buy them. Like I should have got them like honestly way sooner. But as I say, I'm not really someone who likes to spend a lot on myself. So it's just sort of like in the sales, I was like, oh, I saw some trainers at ASOS, I'll like purchase these. But obviously those are not meant to be trainers where you do actual sports in them. They're just sort of meant to be like sneakers you maybe like walk around town in. And I learned that the hard way when I tried to climb up a mountain, and then my feet absolutely killed. Amusingly, I don't think I got any blisters from walking in them. It's just like my feet were so like unsupported and tired throughout the entire endeavour. It felt like I was like walking on a knife or something. But yeah, I hope these trainers will be good enough. But I don't expect to go out of a walk and not be like my feet hurt like walking up a mountain, and just be like, oh, you know, that didn't hurt in the slightest. But I do at least expect to be able to do so and be like, for most of it, I'm fine. I don't know if that's like wishful thinking or something, but hey ho. I also forgot that I should definitely be doing my Neopet dailies at the same time. I forgot I do that while playing Animal Crossing. But yeah, I mean, new shoes. I like shoes, to be honest. I mean, you know me, I like fashion, I like clothes and that sort of thing. But I do find shoe purchasing the most frustrating, because as I say, I have quite large feet. For a woman, like my feet are like extra wide or something. No, more like extra wide or something. My shoe size is like it's somewhere between. It depends on the shoe, but it can be anywhere from size 6 to like 7.5, depending on the measurement. Because like some of the shoes I have at size 6 are fine, but the issue is they're just too narrow. And the shoes I bought just now are like size 7 and 7.5, and they're pretty good fits, to be honest. But yeah, like I remember when I was younger, before I learned about like wide fitting shoes, I bought like shoes that were way too big for me. Like one of my favorite pairs of shoes, or ones I wore all the time, like these black Converses or equivalent of Converses, and they were like size 10. They were so big because that's how big they needed to be for my feet to fit in width wise. I think I bought also like insoles for them as well, because I was just like, otherwise my foot's not going to fit, right? So yeah. Anyway, the long and short of it is I got new shoes. They're good shoes. Brent. Hopefully the arches on my foot, the balls of my feet will be much more supported this way, and it'll be good. And if it's not good, then oh well. That do be life sometimes. But yeah. So I don't know how intense the walking will be doing is. I know there's talks of basically doing like another mountain walk, which if it does happen, I'm like, I do want to do it because I love nature. I do like walking, but I'm just like, I don't want to be like I'm not sure burden's really the right word. I think that's perhaps a bit too negative, but like it's going to be highly embarrassing if I like be like, all right, I'll give it a shot, and then like go over and I'm like, I'm dying, you need to carry me down or something. I don't want that to happen, obviously. I want to understand reasonably what my limits are. So I don't know. Well, we'll sort of see what ends up happening with it. I think I'm at least good to give it a shot. And if I just walk slowly, then I walk slowly. I'm not sure what else I can really say about that. But yeah, I don't know if I'm just sort of looking back at rose-tinted glasses, because I'm sure at the time of walking up Mount Snowdon, I was just sort of just like, I'm dying. But now it's been like many months. I'm like, I don't remember the experience anymore. I don't remember the pain. I just remember I remember the views on the top, and I remember my feet kind of like. I remember saying to my friend, my shoes are definitely like the wrong fit. Like this is not this is not conducive for great walking. But I don't remember the exact pain, which is perhaps dangerous, I would say, because now I've got not a false sense of security, but now I've got like the wrong impression about it. I'm just like, oh, you know, things will be a-okay when things might not be a-okay. Things might be difficult, lemon difficult, as they say. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going with this. It's just sort of thing where it's like, it's nice to get new shoes. But it is also incredibly frustrating as well for me personally to try and find shoes which fit with my wide feet, because it's a thing. It's like I have wide feet, but I don't have very long feet. So it's like, okay, I need a wide size, and when I try and shop up wide sizes, and it's like all the wide sizes are huge. It's like most of the normal ones are sort of like sold out immediately, I assume, and then it's like the ones, or they only stock in like big sizes, like size 12 and up, and I'm like, what? I'm not gonna buy a size 12 shoe. That's way too big. Again, my foot size is still very short. Like one of my feet is definitely shorter than the other foot. Like one of them is like size 6, I think, and the other is like size 7 probably. But the other is like wider, so it's like shorter and stouter. It'd be really nice if I could just like get different shaped feet. Not in the sense that I like dislike my feet from like an aesthetic standpoint or anything. I'm like totally fine with my feet. The worth of a person is not built upon their subjective beauty. But I would like it just for the convenience of being able to buy clothes which are much more normal. Like, I mean, I already talked about it before, but I'm quite tall as well, so buying clothes can sometimes be a bit of a pain, but it's also not something which matters too much to me. Some things do matter, but like some clothes, it's like it just doesn't work because I'm like, it would look way too small on me, or like some, you know, I think a big one I often say is like, I buy a skirt and it's like, oh, the skirt looks way shorter on me because like I'm tall, but it's not like that big a deal. But shoes is like a really annoying thing, because shoes is very much a comfort based clothing item, right? It's not like I put a skirt on and be like, wow, this skirt is significantly comfier than that skirt. Well, maybe I am for some skirts, but not like, it's not like the defining feature, I think, of a skirt. But it is for a shoe. Like a shoe should be comfy. A shoe is defined by how comfy it is to like walk around in, I think. But your mileage may vary, I suppose, so perhaps don't hold exactly what I say to be a self-evident truth. It could just be a falsehood. But yeah, I don't know, it's just annoying. Like that's kind of more than anything why I'd want a different like foot size. I straight up just want it to be much more convenient for me to buy shoe size and have more options. Just like an option to be like, hey, this V shoes. Oh, you know, like a huge thing as well is there's not often heels in a wide foot size. I don't wear heels, like often at all in the first place because I am, as I say, quite tall. It's like, what do I want to be even taller? Not particularly. Not that I don't dislike my height or anything, but it's like there's not much reason, I suppose. But I do like heels. But it's like it's really hard to find heels which like fit, you know. So most of the time I just sort of wear flats because there's not really much point on wearing anything taller because it's like I can't find anything taller. But sometimes boots are pretty good. Like I did see some like wide like kitty heel shoes, and I was like, oh, I probably should have picked them up. But I was like, I don't need more boots necessarily. Like, I already have my go-to favourite, like, thigh-high-esque boots, and I have my go-to sort of, like, Chelsea boots I wear. To be fair, I could get, like, another pair of those Chelsea boots because they are getting kind of old and torn up. But still, it's like, why is it so inconvenient? Why is my shoe size not more common so more people would have to have this size, and thus I could find more things that fit me, you know? That's all I ask for. Is that too much to ask for? Yeah, maybe, but still. It's nice to imagine that. A world where I could walk into a shoe store and be like, yes, I know that most of these shoes will probably fit me. But alas, I'll have to deal with the difficulty of the shoe size still then. Yeah, I don't know what else I was going to say about this, to be honest. Just sort of... I got some new trainers, and they're pretty cool. I'm going to wear one of them tomorrow, I think, to walk about. And sort of... Well, I'm not sure breaking them in is necessarily what I'm doing, but I guess, yeah, breaking them in. And on that note, I'm going to round this episode off here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscriptions, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.